Welcome back, everyone. Toyshiz here, and I am back yet again to serve up yet another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode. And today, we're going to be checking out the new Loyal Subjects Best Action. This is their Arcade Damage 2-pack featuring BEBOP, the lovable warthog man, right? And of course, Rocksteady, his yin to his yang. And yes, you'll notice that they are doing the whole flashy thing, right? Video games, all the arcade memories. You know what I'm talking about. Nice packaging for the most part. On the back is really nice. Nice layout. Totally dig that. You get a little bit of a write-up for BEBOP. It's kind of all over the place in terms of what we're looking at for BEBOP and Rocksteady. There's a lot of just combination here. Video game, comics, kind of sort of the cartoon. Say your prayers, Toidles. Classic line right there. Not so much that no one can face the BEBOP and Rocksteady. Don't really remember that one. And it says incredible sculpt details. Incredible sculpted details? Maybe? I don't know. Barcode attached. If you want to go ahead and possibly scan this in store, these should be Walmart exclusive. In either case, these came from Walmart. So I'll put a link down in the description below if you want to go ahead and grab one off the app. So this is going to be fun. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee, insert some quarters because you're running a little bit low on lives. This is a look at the brand new San Diego Comic-Con 2022 Walmart exclusive-ish, we'll just say, you can get it there. The Arcade Damage Best Action BEBOP and Rocksteady by the Loyal Subjects. And of course, here are the two mutants taken out of the packaging, and you get quite a few accessories right off the bat. I'll just tell you. I'll save you some time. If you don't want to wait through this entire video, this set is just okay. I like it in the sense that it's very different, it's unique, it's all the battle damage that you'd have to induce to advance forward in all the arcade and video games. Totally cool. But if you want to stick around, we'll talk about it more in detail, right? Of course, that's why you're here. You get a trading card, tells you a little bit about BEBOP, does the trick. BEBOP was a guy that was mutated and turned into a warthog man. You get the idea. He does come with a human head portrait, and I'll tell you this, it doesn't look good. The body doesn't work with the small head because also BEBOP was African American, so it's kind of weird to see that. I get what they're doing. It does have nice paints. I like the gradual red to the purple, right? It's very arcade-ish. You do get some extra hands, which I guess totally work, right? You get extra hands, you can do a lot of stuff with that, and then you get some weapons. Now, these weapons are pretty much the old Playmates BEBOP weapons. And see, it says San Diego Comic-Con 2022. He holds them well, but I'm going to tell you this. The hands, the gripping hands are so tight that you really either have to heat them up or you just kind of have to gradually just, it becomes frustrating. But once you get the weapons in the hands, yeah, he holds them nicely, just like the original Playmates version, but now in arcade damage. See how it's kind of like a mishigash of things? He does come with a knife. Nice paint. The one thing I'll tell you all day, this set has some really nice paint to it. I'll give it to him. But hey, there you go. There's a knife. There's no storage for that. Now, Rocksteady does come with the trading card as well. Just as a heads up, Rocksteady never had this attire in any of the video games. This is the clip arts that they use for Hot Topic t-shirts and stuff. They kind of changed it a little bit. His gun holds it well. There's a caveat to that. A little bit easier to utilize this character's hands, I will say, than BEBOP's. But there's no trigger, like trigger finger, you know what I mean, to hold the gun. It just kind of holds the thing. I don't like that. In this day and age, you need a little trigger finger just to kind of give it an oomph. But I do like that he can hold the gun and he can hold the barrel with the other hand. So you can do that. But again, just a little bit sloppy paint here and there, but for the most part, it's nice. Same as the machete. Looks nice. Nice brown handle. You got the color for the blade. He holds that beautifully. So no complaints there. Plus, he's got weapon storage on his back, which I'll show you in just a second. He, too, comes with a head portrait. It's okay. Totally works. It just, this I think works better, like big, kind of a bulkier guy with the small head, you know what I mean? Just the shape of it. So this works, but there's still something off about it. You know what I mean? But the coloring is crazy too. He's got purple open hands. Now, he has, which I think they kind of goofed on. He should have one fisted hand and one weapon hand, but it's like two versions of the weapon hands. One's a little bit wider. It's odd, right? With BEBOP, it's got some great colors on this guy, right? This is what I ultimately like about this set. Huge fan of the old video games. Make jokes for days and days. Oh man, he's almost dead. He's almost dead. He's flashing, right? And it comes to life in these figures. Now, whether or not, let's just say this. When it says best action, and it means best articulation, everything, whether or not you agree with that, I don't really agree with that, but they look nice just standing there. I like the colors, the two tones, the glasses, the hair. He's got a little thing of pink. He's got these really cool turtle shell for the shoulder pads, right? And you get a little bit of rubber action in the diaper and then his vest, right? Which is, again, all painted nicely. Now, right here with the knees, I'm assuming these are supposed to be different colored to signify the change of knee pads to the pants, which works. And then you've got his classic Converse type sneakers right there. Articulation is going to be that standard Loyal Subjects best action, right? You get it by now if you've been looking at these figures or you collect them. The articulation, it looks like he'd be a lot more articulated, but it doesn't do a whole range of movement that you would want. And I think that's where a lot of collectors or a lot of toy fans these days want a lot more articulation. See the bend in the elbow right here? He's got double jointed, but then it's just basically single jointed. And the wrists will spin, but then they're kind of tight and they don't exactly rock all the way. It's something that you kind of have to either heat up. He doesn't have an ab crunch, but he'll spin at the abs, right? He's got a waist. It just sort of moves. Now with the legs, I think you get a little bit more rotation when you move them out, but going off to the side, no. He does have thigh swivel. He's got double jointed knees, which those work a whole heck of a lot better. And I'm tired of talking about it. If it's not attractive articulation, I don't care anymore. We're talking about the articulation. Whether or not it looks good is up to you. It's not really a bad point. And then he'll rock at the feet. But again, just in terms of holding the weapons, as you can see, you really have to pry the hands open to get the weapons in there, or you have to heat them up. Go one of those routes and it should work for you. Rocksteady, the lovable Rhino Man. And this one I do like also because it's a different take on Rocksteady. And like I said, it's more of that jacketed version that they've kind of clip arted years ago, and they use it every once in a while, and that's where most of these designs come from. It's a mishigash of different TMNT, BEBOP, and Rocksteady designs. It works for something different, I suppose. Nice coloring all around. All the rivets, all the bullets, the pin on the grenade is painted. The jacket pockets are painted. Even the belt loops. There's a lot of paint on this, so I'll give them credit where credit is due. But I do wish they started putting peg holes on the bottom of the feet. I like that. One, you get weapon storage. Two, it says SDCC 2022. I don't mind that. It kind of differentiates it a little bit. It's kind of a special set. You know what I mean? The articulation will not go up and down. It will just left and right. That's it. That's all the articulation you're getting out of that. The arms are a little weird. If you look closely, see, this is what I mean. He has butterfly joints, but it doesn't do what you'd think a butterfly joint. You can't reach across his chest. You know what I mean? The arms will go all the way up. Then right here on the wrists, right? Here's where it's kind of odd on Rocksteady. Rocksteady, when you twist his hand, it doesn't form fit into his sculpted jacket, although there's paint in the jacket. I'll give him that too. But you see, when you twist, it pops the joint out a little bit. It makes it very loose. When it's one way, it fits in there. When it's another way, it starts to become loose. So it's not really fit for this particular jacket. You do have double jointed elbows, and like I said with the arms, that's about all the movement you're going to get out of this guy. He does have, and this I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. He has a hidden, it blended in with his shirt, hidden upper diaphragm, which just makes him twist. It doesn't do much. And then you have the waist as well. So you got 2 points of articulation there. One of them spins a lot more than the other one. But it is there, so at least it's another point of articulation. He's got the gummy jacket. The legs, just like BEBOP, will just kind of go off to the side. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, which, I mean, I don't have to say it. You see it, right? And then the boots will just rotate. There's no ankle rock or anything like that to it. He's got big clawed upper feet. Both of them stand pretty well. But you see the limitations where it says best action. You know what I mean? It's limited articulation overall. Now, to show the differences between these figures and the older Playmates, and going back to what I said, this BEBOP matches up more with the original Playmates figure. If you look close, there's just different elements. Rocksteady, always more of just the blank tank top sort of thing, right? Or variations on that. The NECA Toys one, you get the idea. This is more the cartoon version. There's elements thrown in. You see all the different variances, right? Archie comics, cartoons, video games. It's a hodgepodge of design elements. And I have to say, as far as best action loyal subjects goes, I'm just on the Ninja Turtle kick for them. That's what I like. And with the Beetlejuice figure, I mean, that was cool for what it is. There's a lot of issues that I did point out with that figure, but I think for the most part, the best thing that I can offer is that if you're not a big fan of articulation and want these just more for the style of the character, that's where they do ultimately shine. And to say that these are video game characters, right? I really like that they've emphasized the flashing, almost dead, battle damage, arcade damage look. And then you have, let's say, the NECA Toys, Pirate, Rocksteady, and BEBOP. I think those all go together if you have a video game shelf. Now, if you have been collecting Best Action Turtles, you'll see that, and know that by now, that scale goes out the window, right? From Casey Jones to the Turtles to Shredder, nothing really matches up. They're almost always the same exact height. So if you're collecting these or hoping that they're gonna go for scalature at some point, I wouldn't bet on it. This is just supposed to be fun. You're collecting Turtles, it's more of a cheaper price, not as much as a collector price, but ultimately, if you are looking for collector lines in that sense, then possibly Loyal Subjects is not the turtle company for you. And I will tell you this, I really do like these in terms of the color, the execution, and what these ultimately are representing. There's a lot of hiccups with these. I'm going to tell you honestly, I like them as a preference, but these are going to be largely a pass or a clearance item at the end of the day. So that's going to wrap it up for my look at the brand new, the Loyal Subjects, Arcade Damage, Human BEBOP, and Rocksteady. Better get out the mutagen. There we go. That's a whole heck of a lot better. And you've heard my thoughts. Now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything arcade damaged best actions. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember when it comes to Ninja Turtles, there are lots of companies out there. Mix and match, pick and choose. Find what works best for you, because in many ways, everyone is doing something rad. And when they do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.